Who can say that you only time? It was that. That was the song.
Whatever happened to Anya?
Anya did.
Where is
I
she?
don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
What is she up to?
That's a very good question. I think we started the show completely off the rails, and I don't know. We can be able to get back on track. It's been like 2 months. Right. It's been like 2 months.
Well, much has happened since the last episode. What is up?
Welcome back.
And welcome back to the Ready Player Live podcast. Yeah. Your favorite show about gains and games.
And
I'm your host, Milo. Here with Jarrell.
Yeah.
And apparently Enya, the Celtic sensation. Celtic. I always say Celtic.
Kelsey Clinton.
$50 million? What you think you got, Kelsey Clinton?
You turned into Chris Tucker over there. Kelsey? Her name is Chelsea. Celtic.
Season 7, episode 6. Let's go. Shout out to our day ones, our ride or dies, our supporters, the people that just care. You know what? If you are a Ready Player Lift enjoyer and you're just patient, and you're okay with us just disappearing
for months at a time
without, you know what?
Thank you for being there.
Just thanks for being there, episode after episode, season after season. If you are a repeat listener, thank you for coming back. And if you're new here, and if you like what you hear, please do not forget to walk your fingers on over to that subscribe button and click. Find us on YouTube, subscribe, and click. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And we're actually on Amazon now. I don't know if I told you that. So Amazon has like a streaming platform. So
I did not know that.
I don't know many people that use Amazon.
Yeah, I mean
music, but it's a thing.
If you use Amazon,
so
dope. There you go. We're everywhere.
Welcome back to the show. Well, it's been
a long time.
There is no way.
You. It's been a long time. Yes. And
there's no way in hell we're getting through this list of shit.
There's so much. So generally in preparation for these episodes, me and Milo, we have a note in our iPhones that has the notes. You can share one with someone else, and you guys can add notes, and it'll show both of you. You can see what the other person adds, blah blah blah. So me and Milo have one of those. And throughout the week or month or day, occasionally we'll throw stuff in there. Oh, this is a great topic for the podcast. Oh, someone asked me this question. Or,
it's second nature now at this point.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff.
The list is ever growing. And
so we're literally going to have to it happens a lot, but we actually end up missing a lot of topics where we don't end up talking about it because it's been too long.
It's like
or we
news.
Speed run it. Yeah, or it's old news. We speed run it. Rihanna was in Super Bowl. Rihanna had a baby. She was pregnant.
Like nobody gives a shit.
No one cares anymore.
Now,
it's essentially old news. But yeah, so stuff like that. We will do our best.
We will do our best.
Yes.
Until we get paid. Then we'll actually stick to the script. Okay. A few things of note this week. So we will. Valheim has dropped.
Yes.
So we will talk about that.
Diablo
4 beta. I'm sure Jarrell
crazy. I heard it's
may or may 10. Not.
I'm probably not gonna play it, but I heard it's
ever
great.
Play it.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
Jarrell wants to talk about Hi-Fi Rush and
very briefly.
Apparently Age of Empires too, and
absolutely.
A few more things we will tackle. Of course, we're going to talk about. We'll maybe talk about the gym training and all that, fitnessy, healthy
throw some
stuff.
gains. Gains talk in there along with the game stock.
Whatever else comes to mind. Let's go. Sojiro.
So the correct pronunciation for the Celtic singer Enya is Enya, not Anya.
Now we did.
So I'm correcting myself now. I've been saying Anya for quite some time now. We randomly, I don't even know how we started talking about her. We were talking about.
I believe.
Oh, you know what? It was the song, the Weeknd, 21 Savage song.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
we're talking about. So we went from like. So to get an understanding of like the Milo and Jarrell like brains.
Yeah.
We were talking about Mario Winans.
I don't wanna know.
And then we talked about the Weeknd's like version.
If you feel me, keep it on the low.
And then somehow that turned into us.
The Fugees. Talking about the Fugees. Because the Fugees, that's where they got that.
They sampled. Which I never knew was like an Enya song.
Yeah, and then we were like, oh yeah, that's also a sample from a Enya song, not
and
Anya.
Then we went down the
Enya
rabbit hole
of whatever happened to
whatever happened to Enya? I want to know what happened to Enya. So here's what we know.
Whatever happened to?
She's one of the richest musicians in the UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
So you know what? Let's
61 years old. She's 61 years old. And can you pronounce her name?
Her full name?
Her full name. You see it on there?
I will give it a try.
You gotta give it the Anya, aka. Go for it. You do it.
The name Itanye ni Baronian is
you
one
forgot like a whole name. There's like she has like 4 names. It's like Ithane Padri
Oh, that's not what I have.
Dragnin ni
Baronian.
She's Celtic, right?
Probably.
Fuck, I don't know. Oh, yeah. What on earth?
The name is one you may not be familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are also unfamiliar with the anglicized version of this famous person's name, you must not have turned on a radio in the last 30 years.
Oh, she's Irish. She's Irish.
Anya
Irish
is one of the most well-known and enigmatic singers of modern times and has been a household name since her breakthrough solo album. Watermark. Watermark was released in 1988. Wow, so she goes back like...
So she was famous and she was famous across the pond.
So by the time she really hit it big in the States, she was already well on her way.
Yeah. Huh. Spores.
Watermark was just the
interesting.
beginning. The Irish singer has won 4 Grammy Awards.
What?
And was nominated for 5 more.
Damn.
In spite of her fame, however, most people don't know very much about the musician as she keeps a notoriously low profile.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you, Anya.
Living under the radar as much as a world-famous musician possibly can. Since she's rarely in the news, many people have likely assumed that Anya has retired. But has she?
Say it was deceased. But she's not. Right?
As far as we know, she's still around.
Yeah, she's still around.
And cueing Anya in...
and
cueing
Anya
and lights.
She's just standing behind a mic, waiting.
Welcome back to Ready Player Lift. We have upped our budget. We have our guest singer
behind the curtain here, Anya, or actually correctly pronounced Enya.
better known as Enya to
We've been
you,
mispronouncing this entire
you
time.
Celtic folk music enjoyers. Okay, so on the count of three.
On the count of three, Anya, are you ready? Oh, she's
Anya,
giving me the thumbs up.
Okay.
She's giving me the thumbs up.
She might need some water. Do you want to give her some water? She looks. She looks like.
Wait.
I want to give her some Propel.
All right. Anya, are you ready? She's ready.
All
On the count of three.
On the count of three. One. 2, 3.
It's lovely.
It's actually not bad. It's really not bad.
I see now why she won 4 Grammys.
I now see why. Because you didn't before.
No, yeah, I totally get it.
Is that a harp?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh, pianos.
Man, that's a longer intro than I remembered. I just remember this part.
I've never. Oh, there you go.
Oh, wait, no, that's not it either. Anya is killing it. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough.
Do you ever like?
I always
All
thought
right,
that song was called
Don't-
"Sail Away."
No,
But
it is
apparently it's-
Orinoco Flow.
Or no.
Do you ever just sit there and like read like YouTube comments on like
On what?
do you anything like any music or
Not too
videos?
often.
That's
Sometimes,
the first thing I
every
do.
once
lot
in
of
a while,
times, like,
you go into the comments.
well,
What
the
did
first
you- what did-
comment that I can see someone said in regards to this Enya song.
Yes.
This song makes me feel nostalgia about something that never happened.
Oh, well, okay. I believe
And
that she may be falling into her past life of some sorts, and it's a whole nother
someone
spiritual
11 days
thing. Huh?
someone 11 days ago said it's a timeless, magical song that transports you to another realm.
See, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
One of the most peaceful, soothing songs I've ever heard. This song seems both ancient and modern, both folk and classical at the same time.
Well done, Anya.
Well done, Anya. You know,
Enya. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying her name is Anya. I'm sorry, Enya. You may leave now. Thank you for
can
your
go.
services.
Okay, all right. And okay, so she's
All
getting
right,
her bags. And
she's
walking
gone.
out the door. And
That sound. Little cartoon sound. Little feet, the door, the car peeling away. Thank you, Enya. Oh my God.
Okay. All right. So why is Enya so reclusive? Did you know that she's apparently she's not really keen on the being in the spotlight?
Well, yeah.
Enya hardly ever gives interviews and makes few public appearances.
Good for her.
Her mysteriousness has only fueled the public's fascination with her as Enya is like leaving our property and like driving away. Why is someone so famous so reclusive? Well, for starters, she doesn't actually consider herself to be a recluse. Okay, well, then why the hell are we talking about this?
Okay.
The media put tags on people, she told Independent in 2015.
Tags?
With Oprah Winfrey. I'm just reading this. I did not write this. Okay.
I was like a tracker. She's tagged. Like, what you mean tags?
with Oprah Winfrey, it's the weight issue. What is the spin they have on me?
Tag like okay.
All right, so you know what?
They say I'm a reclusive, but I'm not a reclusive. I'm just living my goddamn life.
Or whatever her voice is.
Just putting tags on people. I'm just trying to live my life.
So that's what happened to Enya. God,
Okay.
Whatever happened to?
Okay.
So any true fan of Enya,
You're still going. That's enough, Enya. That's enough. We're done with it. We're done with Enya.
All right.
You have any? We're off the rails.
do we have any shout-outs?
Off the rails from the start. You had any shout outs? Aside from Enya, we would. I personally would like to actually shout out, because I know she's gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, thanks." Is my mom.
Oh,
My mom. Mom, thank you, first of all, for raising me and taking care of me so well. No, but for so my mom recently, and I already told you this, but she was like, "Hey, when you guys putting out a new episode?" And I'm like, the podcast? She's like, "Yeah, you're pretty far behind." And I'm like, I didn't know you listened. Apparently she went back and listened to every single episode from the beginning, caught all the way up to current times, and is now a Ready Player Lift fan. It's crazy. So cool. So
it's amazing.
Gotta send my mom some swag or something.
Send her some swag. Send her a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Send her some stickers. Can I say her name? Like, is it? Can I mention her name?
Yeah.
Trudy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trudy. Like, honestly, like, thank you. That's really cool. Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like. I'm gonna be like 100 on this. Like, I don't know if my mom even knows how to like find us.
Yeah.
like you know, like
she
my
does
mom
know
is,
you have a podcast.
My mom is aware. Like, she knows
Yeah.
that I do like stuff online, but like,
mm-hmm.
like my mom has like other like,
Yeah.
I don't know, interests or whatever. So
Yeah.
you know, so that's
So-
cool. I wish I could say, you know, my mom
Thanks, Mom.
supports me that way, you know. Although she does, you know, not to take away from her, she does support other ventures that I do. But
Yeah.
the fact that your mom is like caught up with us,
Yeah. Just crazy.
because we have,
And it's not like
episodes.
Yeah, and it's not like I don't talk to her. And like, you know, it's not like, "Oh, I just wanted to hear your voice," you know, like.
Is that weird
it's not,
for you? Like,
it's not like that. It's just she's, I don't know. I guess
it's always
is
weird.
into the podcast. So it's always weird when someone's like, "Oh man, I listened to you."
Oh, I watched what you did, and you're like,
Oh,
I never know what to say. Like,
it was weird.
I appreciate it.
It was really weird when years ago, my cousin's friend at the time was like super into, I guess, my YouTube channel back then, when with all the skits and stuff that I do, and you know, and that I've put on there. This was before the movie even. This was like years ago. And first time I ever met him, he was like, so him and his wife were like I was a celebrity or something. It felt so weird. It was just like,
you did
hey,
what's
Michael, up, man? Like, dude, it was awkward. It was so awkward because they were
the Michael Scott, like the handshake.
Dude, they were so excited to like meet me, and it was just weird because it was like I'm at my cousin's house, like we're chilling, like it's just not. I don't know. It just felt odd. Like it was so random out of nowhere. But yeah, it always feels weird, like when people are like legitimately into
people care
into your
people
stuff. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
So shout out to your mom. Shout out to you know, Nick. We mentioned him
Shout
before.
out to
We'll
Nick.
mention him again. People
he's
care
back doing
enough.
his podcast stuff again.
Yeah, you know what? Let's tag them.
I think is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are the 4 a.m. podcast. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's give them a big ass shout out. I want to give them
4
a
a.m.
big
network. Right?
4 a.m. I'm gonna pull them up right now.
Sure. I want to say 4 a.m. network.
So yeah,
Their
it is.
logo
you can
is like
find
a microphone, right?
It's a microphone.
Logos, yeah.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but the 4 a.m. stood for 4 assholes and a mic.
But it's just 2 of them now, right?
But now it's like 2 guys. But
Okay. Still.
either way, I always thought that name was like hilarious because like I like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So shout out to Nick and check out his pod. Good, good friends of ours. Hakeem is also part of that. So their style is very much similar to what we do. You know,
It's
they
more
talk
movies, though, right?
they focus
they cut-
mostly on movies.
The new
which is
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, and they make it a point to check out like.
To actually go to the movies.
Unlike you and I, like I haven't
Yeah.
seen you like in like half a year. Because you live
Yeah,
so
I guess physically. You
like,
mean in
physically, I
person?
haven't
In person,
seen
yeah.
you.
I guess that's
But
true.
they make it a point to like actually do stuff.
Actually, yeah.
Together.
We live on
And,
the
like,
opposite end of the
Yeah, so
the world.
yeah, shout out to them.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, so you know what?
Yeah.
As we always say, like we can't start an episode like the episode doesn't feel right until
If if we're not like
if we don't show
giving
love,
props and thanks and yeah. Mhm.
like we have to. Like it's not even like we have to, but we have to.
We got a new site and everybody's on there checking it
Yeah.
out.
Thank you.
People buying merch. My buddy Micah freaking jumped on there randomly. I don't even know if he listens to us. He freaking
And you don't
saw me
have
posting
to.
stuff on
Like-
IG, and he's like, oh yeah, I thought I'd just show
Support.
some love. And I'm like, that's super dope, man. He bought a freaking tank top, and I'm just like, dang, dude, like let me know. Like if it doesn't work, you don't like it, like let me know. Like that's the thing too. Like we try to tell everyone, don't be afraid. Just tell us. Like if our
Just
if our product
let
is
us
shit,
know.
like we need to know so we can
Yeah.
make it right. We
If you
actually
love it, let us know.
Stumbled across that ourselves. you
Yeah,
know.
if you
had some-
if you love it
Yeah.
as well, like
Yeah.
let it be known. Like
Mm-hmm.
we man, we
We're trying to please.
we just
trying
want to
to-
make you
trying
happy. Like we don't do this podcast to get like rich, although it would be nice.
Yeah, Propel. I mean, holla at your boy. I do drink a lot of your stuff now.
I will sell out so fast if we get that.
No. Yeah, I accidentally bought 18 cases of Propel 24-ounce, 12-pack 24-ounce bottles on this auction, which I'm not going to promote the auction because it's a trap. It's a trap.
Do not.
Don't.
So
don't,
Jarrell,
I don't recommend it. Backstory on this. So years ago, this is probably like 3 or 4 years, like 4 years ago, a buddy of mine was like, hey, have you heard about this blank auction? I'm not saying the name because I'm telling you, like, you're gonna be pitchforks and stakes, at my front door, mad at me. Let's get him because
There he goes.
you get stuck, man. You get stuck. So years ago, I got on this auction. It's like most of it is like Amazon returns. So it's like Amazon returns, and so a lot of it's like has zero damage at all, or like a fraction of damage, which is like minor little
like missing
cosmetic
a
stuff.
part.
Yeah,
Or
like
it's
it's missing a part.
screw.
Yeah. And you can get stuff on there for like crazy dirt cheap, right? So years ago, I got on there. I bought a whole bunch of random things: a director's chair, a giant projector screen, you name it. A lot of film stuff. I bought a ton of good stuff, but still, it was like, I probably didn't need to get all this stuff. But excuse me. And so I recently, another buddy of mine was, oh yeah, I've been on this auction. I'm like, oh, I remember that years ago. Yeah, I was on that. So I get sucked in because he's talking about it and other buddies talking about it and they're all talking about it. So I jump on there and like in a week, I'm buying like 10 things. I'm like, oh my God. So one day, to go back to the Propel story, I go on there and they're selling cases of Propel water. It's all like at $1. I'm like, huh, all right. Or, you get a bid for it. But so I put in $3, $3, $3, $3 here, $4 there, $3, $3. And it was just page just scrolling forever. Scrolling. so many cases on there. So I'm like, I'll bid throughout the day. I'll leave it. I'll check the next day, see how it goes. I figured maybe I'll get a couple of cases, whatever. I wake up the next day, has a little number of how many items you won in the cart. 18. I go back on there. It's freaking Propel. All Propel. Cases of freaking Propel water. And I'm like, oh my God, my wife's going to kill me. That was like, okay, I'm done. That's a wrap. I can't do it anymore. And yeah, so Propel, shout out Propel.
So if you were wondering where we've been,
yeah,
Terrell has been literally building a fort out of his
out of all the box. And they can't. And the crazy part is the auction's so nuts. Like, so they come in the packages, the Propel packages, all sealed up nice. They put those in another perfectly sized box for the package and seal that up. So you have this amazing little package, like with the packaged water in that, and it's like, dude.
And then
and
then the best part is they roll it out to you like you're a king.
Yeah. They take it right out to you, and here you go.
Here you go. They load it into your car for you, and
it was crazy.
Please get this shit out of here. We don't.
So yeah,
we don't have space.
I have a lot of boxes that I've been trying to get rid of, and
I will say that I too have dabbled in the auction house. You know, you and I
it's
have
a trap,
this
man. It's a
sort
trap.
of. We don't get addicted, but then like when we do, it's like not good.
We're obsessive when it comes to some things. I guess that's probably the best.
Not all things.
Not all
that's
things.
The thing.
When it comes to certain
when that one thing hits,
then it's like locked in. Let's get fit, bro. Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's make a podcast.
Fucking chubby guys. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's just get fit.
Let's start a podcast.
Yeah, start a podcast.
No, it has to be perfect.
Let's go on this goddamn auction. No. Like, no. Spending too much money. So yeah, we're very obsessed.
So we must come clean. Like that's where we've been.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. I gotta pay for all these expenditures. It's getting out of control. Got out of control.
Okay, so what else we got?
Yeah, so essentially we're is a transition here for you. So essentially we ourselves are taking accountability for our actions.
You know what? That is a great segue. You know, you and I. You know what? I'll put it out there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I may have maybe I didn't need 2 dumbbell racks.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't need 8 cases of flavored water.
Maybe just maybe.
Or 18. Sorry, 18. Let me correct myself. 18 cases.
18
Jesus
cases.
Christ. Oh, it's crazy.
So thank you for being accountable for that, Jarrell.
Yes. You're very welcome.
You may be segueing into a topic. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with the transition into the gains talk a little bit. We've been off the rails and getting a little goofy already in like the first chunk of this episode. We want to let's reel it back in, Milo. Let's reel it back in. Let's just change the mood.
I'm here.
So we put on some Kenny G. And now we're in the gains talk. Ready, player, live. Gains talk. Music, courtesy.
I'm ready. I'm here. I'm right here.
Of Kenneth Gore. Isn't that his actual name? I'm pretty sure we had looked it up.
Gorelick.
That's right. Yeah.
Put some respect.
Kenny
on that,
G,
man.
a.k.a. Kenneth G, a.k.a. K. Gorelick.
G.
Yeah. Anyway, accountability. That was the. I think it was more of a brief thing that I was going to bring up. Reference the gains talk portion of the podcast and how we always kind of try and give a little bit of our take or our thoughts on mental gains, stuff in the gym, so on and so forth. And accountability was one that I think I'd mentioned it to you. I don't know if I put it on here or if I'd mentioned it to you, but I think that's something that I've noticed. A lot of people don't seem to be. What's the word? I'm at a loss for words right now. I don't know if you have another way to put it.
In terms of accountability, and you mean?
Yeah, a lot of people don't seem to be accountable anymore.
No, in fact, that's like
For a
the
lot of
number one
things.
issue
Yeah.
we may be facing, not only in the gym but outside of the gym,
Mhm.
in many ways. So I will go ahead and
Yeah, I
gonna
think
run
you
with
wrote this
this.
on here. Like you,
gonna run with
you have
this.
you have no one to blame but yourself. So I don't know
Pretty
where
much.
you're essentially going with that. Is that more
It's
health wise, fitness wise, life wise?
just in general, like people
Mm-hmm.
look in the mirror. Like take what I'm going through, for example. As you may have noticed, I'm kind of just like training at home now.
Yeah.
And I have lots of reasons. I won't like jump into it. I don't really. I mean, it is what it is. But like
gyms are changing. It's getting kind of
gyms are
weird.
changing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is the Ready Player Lift show. Like this, we can pretty much have a take, whatever we think. Like if you guys agree, cool. If you disagree, like let us know. We don't mean to be disrespectful. We don't mean to call out any like one specifically. We don't mean to call out any group or type of people or persons or whatever. Like we say what it is, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So the gym culture, at least in my experience, at least what I'm seeing, the gym
lately.
culture is we've touched on it before. It's getting rough, dude. It's
weird.
getting to the point of absurdity.
Yes.
And I go to
Absolutely.
many gyms.
Yeah, you talked about this before. You have like gym memberships at like multiple gyms,
multiple places,
just
and
to
I
kind of
go
take breaks
just
from
switch it up.
certain ones sometimes. But then like starting to find that they're all starting to turn into something very similar, and it's just like, come on.
I don't mean to be like, I'm a happy
Everyone,
guy. Like, I'm a happy guy.
Everyone in the gym, we've talked about this before too. Everyone in the gym is at their own fitness level, their own level of fitness. It could be starting, you could be recovering from an injury, going through, getting back into lifting that you used to do from years ago. Whatever the case is, like we get that, but you also have to be aware that you're not the only person there. And you have to be mindful and courteous to everybody else that's also there, in a way that's like, if I'm standing here lifting, be mindful and take accountability for what you're doing, and pay attention, and don't stand directly next to someone that's lifting, or don't like try to pick up or move weights, or don't walk
fucking
by.
Film your fucking
like don't film right in front of everybody else. Like if you're worried about everybody being in your video or not,
I'm going in. You know what? It's the Joey Swole shit.
Yeah.
That we talked about a year ago, and we predicted this.
Mm-hmm.
We said that it's becoming it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, you know. So we have mentioned Joey Swole before. We'll tag him again for funsies, I guess.
If you don't know who he is by now, at least, like, you definitely live under a rock, because he's like the champion of this.
He is a gym culture champion.
Yeah.
Like, our point is the culture in the gyms is getting very toxic.
Yeah.
And you have, and it is everyone. It's like men, women,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, it's not fun anymore. Like, it's not, it's uncomfortable. And I promise you, this ties into your accountability topic. Okay, I promise. It's just getting weird, and like I don't, I'm pretty confident. I don't really care, like personally, like whatever, but like I just don't want to be around it. Like I'd rather not. Like I'd rather just maybe not go to the freaking gym.
Yeah,
and maybe I just would prefer to avoid it entirely.
It's become more
irritable
because of everyone else's blindness to their own like actions. And
it's the filming, dude. Like, I'm guilty of it. Like I filmed plenty of stuff, but when Emily and I make videos, like if someone's in the shot, like we stop filming the video.
Yeah.
Or
if someone has an issue with it, or if it's,
we stop.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
So, but I mean, the thing is, like, not everybody plays by that rule.
Yeah.
And that's not the only thing. It's the fact that like the gyms don't care.
Tripods.
Everyone's got the tripod. The gyms,
like,
these workers at these gyms, they don't give a shit. They're not gonna go up there and stop people. So I'd rather just not be around it. Yeah. So in relation to your topic of accountability, well, how many times am I going to complain about it and not do anything about it? Like, I'm not getting, like you said, I'm walking into the gym. I'm not getting the workouts that I'm not enjoying it. I'm just like, not like feeling it. The workouts, they start to get impacted negatively. And I don't want, that's my time. That's my time to get my mind right. That's my time to train. That's my time to be healthy. That's, a lot of times.
Because we've said that before, like the main reason for us that we even do this is for our mental health. Like, the bonus is having a nice physique and also being healthy, but like it's primarily for this, man. Like we're in there doing our thing to like stress relieve and like just it's a major like mental health thing, like boost for us.
And let me be clear on this. Yes, and let me be clear on this.
Yeah.
We're happy people. Like as it is, like, it's not that like, if I don't like go to the gym, like I'm like depressed. Like it's nothing like
I'm a monster.
But like but no, like it's something we enjoy. It's something like for me, before that's how I start my day. Like, I like to go to the gym. I jump on the cardio machine. Like a lot of my ideas for our podcasts, like I thought of like on head. Like, oh, that's a good idea. Like I'm gonna talk about it. And like, getting ready for work. You got a long day ahead of you at work. Like it's just, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So what did I do? I took accountability. And I decided, you know what? No, like I'm done complaining about this. I'm done like wasting my time, like driving to the gym, and like it's not a good workout, and now I regret it. And now, so like I took accountability, and I said no, I'm done. And I've decided to train mostly at home. I basically haven't walked into a gym in about a week now. Yeah. And man, oh man, was it exactly what I needed? Like, I'm doing my thing. I have more time now. Like, I don't have to worry about a commute.
Feel more at peace.
I feel more like I'm just like chill. I have more time. Like, I'm making content again. I have time to like put my videos together. I don't have to worry about like offending someone by filming in their space or like, waiting on machines. Like, I'm telling you, this gym journey that we founded this podcast on, like do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Well, but do what's best. And do what's
best for you. Yeah.
Like
if it works for you and you're okay with being in that environment, then absolutely, But I think what Milo's trying to say is like it clearly did not work for him anymore, and I don't really go to a gym anyway, so like for me it is what it is. Like, but the few times that I do, then it's I completely understand where you're coming from, and I completely get it. And
I just
I'm
the time
happy
is,
for you. I'm glad.
It's
Milo,
great, dude.
Milo did it. He quit the gym. Milo finally did it.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I can play whatever music I want.
Yeah.
I don't have to wear shoes. I can like.
That's his biggest. I just don't want to wear shoes.
It's whatever. Like, and like I said, for the commute.
So
like,
take accountability for your life. Do what works for you. Be accountable for your actions, and stop complaining if something isn't working or going your way. Like, nobody can change it except you, and you have to take accountability for whatever happens in your life. Like, it is what it is. Like, even if bad stuff happens, like, you have to do something about it. Like, I don't know. Take
absolutely
accountability for your actions, and
it's wild. Like,
live your damn life. Like,
it's just
sulking and negativity does nothing for you. And we've talked about that plenty of times too, where it's just like wallowing in your misery does absolutely nothing for you. It doesn't help you in any way at all. At all. It sucks. Everyone goes through really crappy stuff. Everyone's been through really crappy stuff. But it's just like, at some point, you have to freaking push forward and continue your life,
Absolutely. And I practice that every day. And it is our obligation, with this pod, this show, to, we have to lead by that example. If I'm falling apart here, and I can't get in this mic and like give out advice or tell people like how to manage if I can't manage my own shit at home.
Yeah.
So like,
Yep.
like Jarrell is saying, like, you have to take accountability for your problems. You have to own your problems. You have to get after them and do something about it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's the most it's just common, simple, basic stuff. And for some reason it's an issue. It's something we're going to have to talk about some more in the future for sure.
I think so. Yeah. All right. Switching gears.
What else we got?
Switching gears.
What else?
Video games. So a lot going on in the video games world. There has been a lot that has gone on in this past month and some time. I have played so many games, Milo, and completed. I was going back to our old stuff. I'm just going to go through a quick little blast. I went and jumped on. I finished that Bridge Constructor game. I completed that. I beat that game. I went through and speed ran GoldenEye. I went and played that from beginning to end. GoldenEye. Great game. Watched the movie, funny enough, also. And I forgot how, like, there's a lot of stuff in the movie that's like, okay. Like, all right. It was good for the time, but it was, like, kind of corny. But the crazy thing about GoldenEye, the game, is if you go back and watch the movie and then you play the game, they actually did a really good job with this game. Like, everything in the movie is in the game. Like, it's crazy. Like, my kids watched me play the entire game, and then we watched the movie, and they're like, oh, that's from the game. Oh, that's from they're literally pointing out everything from the game. Oh, that's that character. Oh, that's that this is that scene. Oh, that's that level. This is that level. Like, so anyway, GoldenEye, great game still. It's a terrible game, but it's a great game still. The Last of Us.
The Last of Us
game, the first part 1, I went through, I finished that. Oh man. I regret not playing this.
And who told
10 years ago?
And who
what?
Is there anyone you can think of that like kept telling you?
I know. You told me, just like you tell me about every damn game that I need to play and I should play, and I never listen. That game, though, holy crap. That is possibly maybe the best game I've ever played. Like
Many
story
people have
wise,
said that.
story
to
wise,
this day,
it's
I
like,
agree.
dude, it was phenomenal. And we'll talk about the show as well, but it connected with the show, like, chef's kiss. Was absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. I'm glad I finally got to play it and beat it, and just so good. Hi-Fi Rush, a new game that just came out. It's on Xbox, on Game Pass. Pretty cool game so far. It's I like the art style of the game. It's like anime-ish, kind of, sort of, and the story is kind of neat in a way, a little futuristic.
It is a rhythm-based.
Yep.
Action,
I was going to say it is
right?
actually really cool because of that fact. The game is highly based on like music. So every movement in the game is like on beat. It's crazy. Like when he's running, like if you notice, just when you're running in the game, it's like
To the beat.
like it's on whatever the song is playing, his steps are on beat. Like it's nuts. And yeah, so it's super cool because of the of that factor, and visually it looks neat. Like it's a fun game so far. I haven't gotten super far into it. I beat the first couple of bosses, so it's neat. What else? Age of Empires 2. Oh my god, I got sucked into, and it's so funny because this game is like what, from the late 90s,
It's
early
a while ago.
2000s, maybe. I mean, it's like easily a 20-year-old plus game. And I jumped onto there. I started playing that because that came onto Game Pass as well, Age of Empires. Finally onto console. It's been on PC Game Pass forever, but it's on the console. I started playing that, and I was just like, oh my god, the memories of my childhood, young me playing this game. And I was locked in. I mean, I was playing it for like, it's one of those where you're playing it all night long, to where you're like, like,
Yeah, I've
just
done
your eyes hurt so bad. And wife's like, "What time did you come to bed last night?" I don't know. So much fun, just building a civilization from nothing to this massive civilization, and then going and attacking the other civilization with your army and destroying them. It's like,
Speaking of Civilization,
it's the simplest thing ever.
Have you played Civilization?
I have not, but I've
If you-
heard it's
if you-
pretty phenomenal as well. I'm guessing it's like the same thing, right? Like that's what it kind of looked like, or similar.
It's similar.
to Age of Empires.
I believe Age of Empires, it's only like one timeline, right? It's only like you're like Middle Ages, sort of.
Yeah, basically.
Not to like jump on your.
No,
thing
you're
here,
good.
But
So what's civilization? I'm guessing
Civilization
is
is
different. Like,
it's like throughout
you
like
can go into the
century-
future,
Yeah, so like you start out like with like a stick,
like Dark Age.
like nothing, and then you
Oh.
you find like a
A rock.
spot to like to settle like your
Your civilization.
yeah, and then like it grows, and then like you'll like this if you liked Age of Empires, because basically
Dope. Okay.
you
build from
start,
nothing to something.
and you start managing like your people and like the politics and the economy and like other civilizations around you, like they're growing too. And so like if you like do something that like the border next to you doesn't like,
oh yeah,
well, then
it's
like
war.
it's war, which is like the best.
Good God.
And then it's 4 turns. I don't know how many turns it is for Age of Empires, but you do one thing, and then you do another thing, and then another thing, and then
Yeah,
you
I
pass
think
to
Age
the
of
next
Empires
person.
is the
So
Dark Age. So yeah, I guess
The
4 or 5.
war-
I can't remember.
yeah, it's like the war piece is extremely like I don't know. I like stuff like that. The strategy
epic.
of like setting
Yeah.
up your like different types of like cavalry and like
Yeah,
soldiers and
I dig it.
what are they called? The trebuchet. What are they called? You know
I
what
what
that
you're
is?
talking about.
The
Little
yeah.
launch, launches the
throw that over the
Yeah.
border and like bomb the
Mhm.
shit out of
yeah.
like Napoleon. That's like the
Mhm.
funny thing is because like it's like world famous like leaders. So you could be like George Washington.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And then you're like fighting with like Cleopatra.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
it's kind of cool.
That's kind of neat.
Anyway.
Interesting. I like it. So that was as quick as I could go down and say everything that I've been playing. What have you been playing, Milo? Or have you,
Well,
aside from the game that we both are playing?
Well, I would like to
discuss.
start with one of the greatest. I don't know how you would describe it. Valheim. Okay,
Valheim. That's where I was going with. That is why I was late to record today. By the way, I got reminded that I was recording, and
you were playing Valheim when we were supposed to be recording.
I was playing Valheim.
Oh shit!
And my wife, yeah, that's literally that was it. My wife comes out, was like,
Aren't you recording?
Aren't you recording? I look at my phone. Miles like setting up, the little star eyes emoji, and I'm like, oh, on my way. I'm like, shit, I gotta play this. That game, dude, I'm in trouble. I'm addicted. That game is too good. It's too much like my style, where it's like, you have to remember, like, I got lost in No Man's Sky. You remember No Man's Sky?
Of course.
Dude, I played that game, like, same, where I'm just like eyes are just on fire, like, and I should go to bed, have gone to bed hours ago. Like, I played No Man's Sky like that. I just loved it. It was phenomenal. Going and finding all the resources you need to find, building your
crafting
your compound. Yeah, like building your freaking house. Like, so cool.
Basically,
so this
Valheim
is
that,
No Man's Sky, but Viking, like Dark Age type.
It all goes back to like freaking Minecraft. And
yeah, basically.
So basically,
It's like Minecraft, but for adults. It's like Minecraft, but for adults. That's how I described it to my kids, because they're like, "What do you even do in this?" And I'm like, "It's exactly like your dumb game that you guys play all the time.
Like, let Dad
it's
have
exactly
his,
like
Viking,
that.
Freaking
Yeah,
Minecraft,
but with Vikings and
the tree, the mythological stuff.
It's so good.
Valheim. I have a confession to make, which you already know, but it's nothing new to me, man.
Yeah, you used to play it.
I used to play it back in the day on
It's
PC,
funny. I remember when you played it on that too. Like,
yeah, I was like, dude, you got to hear it.
I do remember. Yeah,
I was like, years ago, I was like sending you like videos. I'm like, dude, you need to get a PC.
Check this out. Yeah,
this is why you need to get a PC.
You need to get a PC. Yeah, I know.
Get in, and then you could play like with multiple people.
I know.
I figured out. I figured out a way to like play it like on my PC. And then
you son of a gun!
Then like Emily can play on the Xbox.
Both are playing,
and so we're both playing. And so like if you want to jump in,
sitting in the same room playing.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
That's so dope.
We had such a good time. You wonder why I don't answer back sometimes. I'm probably playing freaking Valheim. So basically, Valheim is like an issue to keep an eye on.
It's a major issue. I built a freaking manor. It is so cool. It's got wood floors. It's got a second floor. You go up. I've got my stash of stuff. I explored a little. I found a few spots that I'm like, I don't know if I'm quite ready for this yet. There was like a spot where you
they'll let you know.
Like sacrifice some stuff or whatever. And like something is supposed to happen to where either people will come out and start fighting you or something. I don't even know yet. And then I stumbled across this other area where it's like this big giant rock table thing. And there's skeleton guys all over the place over there with shields and some shooting like bow and arrows at you. I'm like, oh, I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm not prepared for this at all. I don't have anything yet. And yeah. But
so Valheim,
I found a mountain area. I found a snowy area.
I was gonna say those are called. Okay, so
it's crazy.
They're called biomes. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
A biome is like snow. So like
Changes.
it changes. So like there's like
Yeah.
zones,
Yeah.
and there are many things that will like rip you to shreds like instantly. Like if you go the wrong way, like,
I started going in the ice one, and it was like,
Did
you're
you know-
freezing, and I'm like, nah, I'm getting out of here.
Did you know?
I'm gonna die.
I believe, I don't know if they changed it. I remember like if you die, like you like lose progress. Like if you die, like you go down like levels. Like yeah. So
I haven't paid attention to that. I've died a few times, like unintentionally, like not paying attention to the fact that I need to eat or I need rest. You know, there's been a few times where I've just like, I'm standing there and then I'm just like, blah, like dead. I'm like, what just happened?
it is also a
And so
survival
I realized,
game.
you have to,
so
you gotta
have to,
survive. Yeah, you
gotta
gotta
survive.
eat. You have to cook food and eat and
Stay warm.
And you gotta, you gotta stay warm. If it's raining, you have to be in shelter.
Like your house can be like destroyed. You know that, right? Like if you get raided by like a high level enemy, like your house is done. So you have to like
that
fortify.
sucks.
Yeah, like you could lose everything.
Oh, it's
which
good
is,
to know.
Something I'm sure is going to happen to you before.
I'm sure eventually.
all
I'm
that hard
sure it
work
will
soon.
happen. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Yeah, but no, great game.
Another game of note that I have not had a chance to check out, but I did want to mention it because it's something everyone's talking about right now. That is Diablo 4,
Yeah,
the beta.
it's all
Let's go.
Milo.
So the early, this is another one that I've been telling you about.
Didn't we play Diablo with Bowden?
We played the
What
old.
was that?
That was
Okay,
so
but it
Diab-
was. Yeah, it was.
And you're like, well, okay.
I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
I will say it was a bad first impression because it was like a super old. It's like Age of Empires, where like they
Yeah.
re-released it like 20 years later.
And it
but
just was like,
The newer versions, like Diablo 3, is like very modern. Like it's not even remotely the same as Part 2.
yeah, I just didn't. I wasn't feeling this. I think it was the style of it. I think that's what it was. For some reason, it was just like,
Diablo 4
Yeah.
is dropping very soon. So the
But I
beta
heard-
is out
the
now.
beta's like 10,
the early
10 out of 10.
The early access beta is open March 17th to 19th. Now, in order to get early access, you do have to pre-order the
It was
game.
yesterday through tomorrow.
Yeah, so the there's kind of no point now. Like I'm not gonna like whatever. I can
Yeah.
wait.
too
The
late.
open beta begins March 24th through the 26th. Now, the cool thing about all of this is they give you a big chunk of the game to test. And I believe that you are able to level up to at least level 25. So they
Okay.
give you that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a
It's
lot.
basically the whole first zone, like all of it. Like you're able to kind of play around, and
Okay.
then you are able to fight the first boss. So it's a good chunk of game. Like I said, if I had the time, I would have totally like jumped in yesterday, but I can wait. I'm definitely going to purchase the full game when it comes out. One day, man,
Word.
you'll know.
Someday,
One day,
maybe someday.
you'll give it a chance. What else we got?
Maybe. Dude, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of movies, a lot of stuff in the entertainment world going on. Holy crap. Too much. It's too much. I was probably a little late now because it's been out for like a couple of weeks at least. But I went and saw Creed 3. Woo! I tell you what. Oh man. Kudos to Michael B. Jordan. He did a hell of a job directing. His directorial debut, by the way. Hell of a job, dude. Solid. It was good. It was really good. It was simple for sure, like story wise, a simple story. It's basically what you saw from the trailer. Like that's the movie. Like story wise, like there's not a lot more in depth. Not a lot more going on. But the fight scenes, boy. You know for a fact that Michael B. Jordan, and he said this already, so I don't think it's like new, but he's like a major anime fan. Like he's super into anime, like a lot. Like he watches like everything or has. And dude, the fight scenes are like you're watching a freaking anime. Like it's so freaking cool. I've
seen some clips. Yeah.
There were 2 clips in there that I already knew about beforehand, but I hadn't seen them. I had heard like, bro, there's 2 clips in there. There's 2 punches in there that are Dragon Ball Z punches. And I'm like, what? No way. No way. And they happened, and I lost my shit. Like it was the coolest thing. There's one, and I don't know if I'm gonna spoil this. Like, should I just tell you? Like, does it matter? Like,
actually,
at this point,
this is one
like,
that I want to watch. So like maybe not.
Okay, so don't tell you the 2 punches. Ah, man. All I can tell you is that
I'm a big fan of the Creed movies, and of course, Rocky.
if you're an anime fan, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you'll be like, yo, that's the punch when Goku. Oh, that's the punch when So it was super cool, and then the style of the last fight scene was like super anime like vibes, like just the shit that was like how he did it was just like, bro, this is cool. Like it's good. So I recommend it if you're into anime, you're into like solid dope fight scenes. Like the camera shots were solid. Like for the fight scene, for the action stuff, like dude.
I did see that Sylvester Stallone was kind of like not like
he said he was never gonna watch this movie ever or something like that.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, I don't really see the point. Like,
yeah,
these used to like
this used to be you, bro. Like this is your same. Like, this is exactly what you did. Like, what is the difference? It's just not you anymore.
Like that's I believe he's thing. Probably just lamenting.
He's a little bitter.
He's probably just like, well, no, like this was my baby. Like,
yeah,
I'm old now. Like Rocky is basically like Mickey now. Yeah. And like he's kind of like, that's not what he wants Rocky to be remembered as, like this like side character. So he said, nah, I'm just like,
but it's the crazy thing is it's not like it's literally you don't even think about Rocky. Like that's the crazy thing about
is that
Creed? Creed has become
good,
its because it's its own thing. It's not Rocky. Like Rocky is Rocky. Rocky will always be like every time Rocky's on, I'll watch it. Like it's one of those like Goodfellas and Pulp Fiction and like it's just if it's on, like I'm gonna watch it like every time, no matter what. Like that's its own thing. Rocky is Rocky. Like Creed has become Creed now. Like it's its own thing. Like so if Michael B. Jordan decides to continue making Creed movies after this third one, like it'd be fine. Like cuz it's its own thing. Like it's not Rocky. Like it's separate. That's how I look at it. It doesn't feel like Rocky. Like it's not connected, especially after this third one. It's his own 100%.
I guess
100% his own thing.
I have to be like the dissenting opinion of this podcast, you know. I like Creed. Michael B. Jordan, one of my favorite actors. He always does a good job. He's always super solid, one of the best.
Yeah.
You know, he's good at what he does. He's great. He's awesome. Fantastic. Good for you. I don't like the idea that like Rocky is fading into like this like side thing. That's all I'm saying. It's sad.
Into history.
It's sad. I mean, I guess it's sad that like we all have to like age out of like what we are.
Yeah,
known
but
for.
I mean, they're coming out with the Expendables, whatever.
Dude,
5,
I have
4,
no
whatever.
freaking desire to watch these like
Bro.
geriatric. And that's gonna be us one day. Like we're gonna be like, just like hanging on to like the past, you know,
dude. I don't know about that next I think it's Expendables 4, right?
Can we talk about
part 3? Like I was just like, oh, okay.
Can we talk about the fact that like the these 80s and 90s like action like stars are not quite what they used to be. I do not mean this in any Anyway,
old, man.
Well, hold on.
It happens, man. You
I
get
don't
old.
I don't want to offend anyone.
Offend people
but-
that get
but-
old. Like we all get old.
No. Bruce Willis
Mhm.
and everything that
because-
that he's like
Yeah.
going through now. Like, it's just freaking sad.
Yeah. Well, Bruce Willis is
Like-
Bruce Willis is not. I would lump him in with that category of.
Well, he was in
like-
the Expendables. He was part of that
Yeah.
like, ensemble.
I guess I see what
of,
you're
like-
saying, but he's also just like an actor. Like he
But-
also just
but
acts,
also he's an
too, like,
actor that
not-
we grew up
Yeah.
enjoying, and now like he doesn't even know who he is.
maybe. I don't know.
No, like he's like
is it like full? He's fully like it's diagnosed or like there's proof now. Like I don't
it's
know.
not good. It's not good. Whatever it is, it's not
I heard he's got like onset of dementia or
dementia,
something, right?
and
Like
all
full
I'm
blown
sa-
now.
Yeah, and so all I'm saying is that it sucks to see like Sylvester Stallone, which he actually is in
Your
really
hero's
really,
aging.
but
he's in really good shape
he's
still.
Really really good. He's hanging on strong.
Yeah, he's put
Like,
he's put a lot of money into into his physique. He's put some.
But still, though,
lot.
it's sad to me that like we're moving on from that. Like it's all about like Creed, which I
version,
like
the
Creed.
next-
I like it. I'm down with it, but it's just
It's all
like,
about the next generation. Yeah,
That's all we
I
do, isn't
understand
it?
what you're saying.
all we do now. Speaking of next generation, I have to talk about it. I know we're going to cut this episode probably soon.
Yeah.
Speaking of the next generation,
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh yes, I totally forgot.
TMNT.
The new.
We don't have a lot of time.
What was
don't
it
have-
called? The new Ninja Turtles movie. It's a
Mutant.
movie. Right? Yeah.
The new Ninja Turtles movie,
Mm.
Mutant Mayhem. Let's go.
Man.
Hold on. Before
Man.
I know you're gonna jump in on this. I know you're gonna take this and run. Hold on.
Okay,
The cast.
dude. They got actual kids. They got actual teenagers. It's the first time ever.
The funny thing is,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are actually teenagers.
they sound like kids.
They're kids.
It's-
They're all
it's
kids.
hilarious.
They're all freaking teenagers. It's
I've never
super
heard of
cool.
these people. I have the
No.
cast in front of me right now. So okay,
No
so
idea
let's,
who any
let's
of them
give
are.
them a proper shout
I saw
out.
the
Let's
pictures.
give them a
yeah.
proper shout out.
Okay.
So Michelangelo is played by Shimon Brown Jr. Never heard of him. I'm sure he's great.
Okay. Sorry. I had to. The timing of that. Yeah, come on. You had to have known that was going to happen. You
I
said his
didn't-
name was Shimon. I'm surprised you didn't say it. Milo, you have to start dancing. Yep. You rock my world. No, you did.
Liberian girl. Leonardo
Yes.
is played by Nicholas Cantu. Never heard of him. He's a kid.
Yeah.
Donatello, adorable little fella.
Yeah. Little guy.
Looking at this actor, like it's so like adorable. They're like children.
perfect.
He's played by a young man by the name of Micah Abbey. Raphael, Raph,
Yeah. Yep.
played by Brady Noon. Brady Noon
All kids.
is
All
now,
kids.
Okay, now
So crazy.
Okay, so forget all that. Excuse me.
Okay.
Forget all that. Can we talk about like the cast now?
The rest of the cast, like it's star packed full of
I'll just
everyone.
Go. Let's go.
Just
All
go.
right,
Go down
let's
the
go.
list.
Okay, so
Who do we have?
Bebop is played by Seth Rogen.
Yep.
Seth
Which
Rogen.
also, fun fact, Seth Rogen is actually producing this movie.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yep.
I didn't know
He's
that.
like the main. It says it right in the beginning. It says something about produced by
He's
Seth
responsible
Rogen
for
or
all
whatever.
this.
Like, yeah. John Cena,
We're
Right?
getting there. Hold on.
Rocksteady,
Wait.
bro. Come on,
Splinter. Splinter is played by none other
Jackie.
Jackie Not Jackie motherfucking Chan.
Yes. Is playing Splinter, dude. And then
It's
it
perfect.
there's so many
and
more.
then
The list just goes on and on.
The list goes on. As you mentioned, John Cena is playing. Dude, John Cena
Yes.
is freaking
Perfect.
rockstar. You know, we're
Dude,
a couple
how
of like
perfect
old
is
guys from like they grew up in, you know, we're 80s kids, you
Dude,
know. So
how
like this
perfect
is
is that?
hilarious.
For that character, yeah.
It gets better.
Mm.
There's more. But wait.
But what?
There's more.
So much more.
Baxter Stockman. I don't know if you know you Ready Player Lift listeners. I don't know if you know about that Baxter Stockman. If you don't know, you might have to look him up. Jerome's going to put a picture of him on top of this clip. I'm sure. He's the little Baxter Stockman is
get to it already.
He's played by none other than
Wearing them boots. Wearing them red
Giancarlo.
boots. Wearing them red boots.
Baxter Stockman is played by Giancarlo Esposito, who if you don't know who he is, I'm sure you just by looking at his face, you're going to know exactly.
Oh, you know.
Superfly is played by Ice Cube.
Yeah. That's
We got Post Malone in there. He's playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he in there? Oh my God.
Shoot.
Who's he playing?
Ray Fillet.
I don't know that one.
Might be one of the
I don't know
more
that.
obscure.
Extra care. Well, because I think the point of this movie was all of the mutant bad guys, like essentially, are all supposed to be in it, right?
So there's one more character, and yes, we'll go into the plot. There's one more. Well, there's a few more. Hold on.
Okay.
But wait, there's more. Paul Rudd is playing Mondo Gecko.
Okay. Yep.
Hannibal Buress is playing Genghis.
Hannibal Buress.
Buress.
Who's he playing?
Yeah. He's playing Genghis Frog.
Okay.
So what they're doing here, they're doing the obscure, less known like stuff.
Yeah,
which is
that one
cool.
sounds familiar. Maybe if I saw it. I think that's one of the. He's a good guy though, right? Or is he a bad guy?
I believe he's a villain.
I can't freaking remember.
Genghis Frog.
I remember the frogs at one point, but they were all like down south type of characters or something. I don't know.
Dude, I just looked up the character. You're gonna laugh your ass off.
Huh.
You'll see. For Genghis Frog, it's hilarious. Okay, so TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem takes. Let's go. What do you think?
I'm super excited. I'm super excited because of the art style. I think this is another Sony Pictures Sony Pictures animation type of movie. I don't know if it's not like it looks. Yeah, it looks exactly like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse like type of art. Like it's very similar.
It's pretty much.
I love it. I love it, man.
Exactly that same kind of stop motion-y kind of
ish. Yeah, I love it because we grew up on the freaking Ninja Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles. Like period. Like it's one of those things like you never grow out of. I guess like it's weird. It's hard to explain. I don't know if it's
just something that shaped us as young adolescents.
Yeah.
And there was the video games.
It's gone with us through our entire life. Like
the movies
movies.
We're gonna have to do. Yes, when this new movie comes out, we're gonna have to do like a revisit of the original.
Absolutely.
Flicks. Just to kind of draw up the hype, and the video games and the toys.
Yeah, video games, the action figures growing up. Like
you had. This is one of those things like you had to be there. Like you can't explain like how freaking cool
van.
And the cool thing about the van. Cool thing about the Ninja Turtles is that we all had a favorite.
Yeah,
like
Mikey.
Mikey was your favorite, of course.
Mikey, number one.
My favorite was Leo. I liked Leo because he was like the leader. He was chill, he had the freaking katana swords. But everyone had a favorite.
Yeah.
And now the funny thing is, like, you know, times have obviously changed. Like, this was for boys. Like,
Yeah.
this was like, I didn't like growing up. Like, I didn't know any girls that were like into the Ninja Turtles.
Into the Ninja Turtles, yeah. That's
So
true.
like, I wonder like what they're gonna do
Nowadays, yeah.
to kind of have
And
that.
that's
like,
the interesting thing too. Like Ninja Turtles has never really changed. Like it's never like geared towards for girls or whatever, you know, like it's always been the same.
It's always
it's
what
always
it
been
is.
the four boy teenage mutant Ninja Turtles and it's always had the same style, this gritty city theme. Like it's never changed.
So that's the
I
thing,
think
but
that's probably a big
that's,
part of it too. Like,
but that's like my point.
Yeah,
Like times have changed.
Times change. Yeah.
So like I wonder like how they're, because you know by the way, this movie is made by Paramount, not Sony. So, I wonder like what Paramount did to like make it more accessible to everyone. You know. So we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
So yeah, what else we got?
We have a lot. I don't know if we can talk about everything, or if you want to even
let's close the show.
Speed run on anything, or just
let's close the show. But before we do that, I would like to, because by the time this episode drops, it's going to be like old news, and everyone's going to move on. Everyone absolutely is talking about the Last of Us TV show still.
Yes.
So as we wrap this episode, as someone who has not played the game until recently,
and that's a funny thing too. Is so to go back on that, like the game, a lot of people didn't even know or don't know that it's even a game. Freaking The Last of Us. Pedro Pascal had no idea that it was a game. He didn't know it was a game until his nephews, I think, told him, which is funny. It's crazy. Like I knew it was a game, I just hadn't finished it. I played a small chunk of it, but I hadn't finished it. And finishing the game and finishing the show is like, man, like they did an amazing job with the show, with these last batch of episodes, it stuck. The great part about this is how closely it stuck to the game. Like, and that's always a big thing. Like when you're like, man, I really hope like this. I hope they at least stay with the game, like, or the show, or the you know, when they do movies based off of something, I really hope they stick with the story. And you know, a lot of times they go way off track and do something really. No, it was like perfect. Like the settings, the scenes, like all the little small things, like poster here, her little pun book, like everything from the game was in the movie, and it was phenomenal how they did it.
And if they made a change, it was
so
too
minor.
far off.
Yeah, it wasn't too far off. Like it was, you know, the majority of the series was so perfectly tied to the game that it was like, man, like this is exactly what I wanted. Like this was the episode with the, I don't know if you want to, I don't even know if I want to say it in case anybody hasn't watched it. Like,
by the way, if you haven't watched the show, like, go watch it.
Yeah, please go watch it, because if we're not gonna discuss the details now, we will definitely discuss them on the next episode at least, because we got to talk about.
Yeah, I would say let's not spoil it.
We won't spoil it. Yeah, we won't spoil it.
Like, please watch it and take our word for it.
Was it the second to last episode was the one in the town or whatever?
Correct.
With her, okay, you know where I'm going with this.
Yep.
That episode was
spot on,
dude. Oh my god, I was like, the town
It's just like
looks exactly the same from the game. Like,
It's
how did
wild.
they do? Like,
they
and the dialogue, the lines, like
Mhm.
all from the game. Like, it was
Mhm.
like, dude, this is freaking perfect. Like,
It's
this
great.
is so cool.
It's crazy. So The Last of Us is the new standard for
Yeah.
video game
Yeah.
adaptations. It's almost
Absolutely.
too, like you were saying, to your point, Jarrell, like you were saying, when something is created and is based off of something that you like. So maybe
Yeah.
you read a book and you're going to check it
Yeah.
out, and they changed this, they changed
like
that, this character. Game of
when
Thrones,
they change too much.
they changed too much.
Yeah.
The thing
Mhm.
about the Last of Us is that like we finally got what we wanted, and
Yeah.
that is like a
Mhm.
perfect like adaptation of something that
Yeah.
like. So it's almost like too perfect.
Obviously,
and
obviously
it's
everything wasn't exactly the same, but
not
like
everything, but for the most
a
part,
lot of the big
I
parts, a lot of the big pieces of the
I
game.
struggled with this show a little bit. That's my job to kind of give a little like rebuttal.
Yeah.
I struggled with the show a little bit
Early on.
most of it, because it was so much like the game. It was like playing the game.
Yeah.
It was
All over
weird.
again.
It was weird. Where
It
like
was-
it wasn't as
yeah.
exciting to me because I already knew like what was happening, and I already knew exactly
I
what
see
was.
what you're saying.
And so I was kind of like going through the mode. It was
That's
weird
for me. That's why I was excited, and I think it's also because I had played the game
after
like before I finished it before I finished the series, so like I was playing it essentially along with watching the show. Like, so I was like,
you had like
ahead.
the perfect experience.
I was
I
like
think.
ahead in the game. Like I was moving forward past the series in the game, and then I would watch the episode and I'm like, oh yeah,
so it's
that
very
just
fresh.
I just experienced that in the game, or oh, that was cool, or oh, they didn't do this, or oh, they changed that. Like, so that was really cool to experience, like how much they kept in, and then the things that they didn't, that made the game even better. Like,
Yeah.
it made the game better.
Yeah,
Because they didn't put it in the show. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, like,
for me, I don't have any complaints. I thought it was the perfect
Yeah.
show. I thought they did as well as they possibly could have.
yeah,
To those that have never played the game before, and like if you don't like video games at all, like, and you don't
watch
care,
someone else play it.
but it's just
My wife
I'm
watched
jealous.
me.
I'm
Janet
jealous.
watched me playing the game. She watched me playing it most of the time, and so she was like, she was into it. Also,
I wish I could
because, like,
experience the
I was
story
playing,
like that.
man.
Like, wow, like I never played the game, but like I wish I could
Go
like,
back and
go
play
back
it.
and
Yeah,
just
I wish I can go back and experience it again.
Yeah, so
like
that's my
that's how
biggest thing is,
good
like-
that's how good of a game it is. That it's
Now-
just, man.
they did announce a new season, so a second season of The Last of
Yeah, I
Us, which
heard.
will be based on the sequel to
Yeah,
The Last of
Part
Us Part
2.
1. Mhm.
right. Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah. If you
we'll
don't
see.
know, there's also a Last of Us Part 2 game, which I'm guessing the second season will be
and
probably
I'm sure it's going to be
mostly
bigger
based off of
budget.
that.
It's going to be
Yeah.
more of
Just
everything.
Nuts.
So I'm interested to see how they do that. And then, of course, it's such a huge success. The big question, will they make a Last of Us Part 3 now? And that's the
Yeah,
thing. That,
I know. I don't know. It'll be
it's-
interesting.
It's something that
Because
a
Part
lot
2
of
just
gamers-
came out like a year ago or so.
Part 2 is probably it's
2?
been around a couple years. Yeah,
A couple
probably
years
like
now.
3 maybe years, a little bit more.
I'll say maybe 2
It's
at the I know it's
not
real
very-
recent
Yeah, it's
because it came out like right around the PS5 time, right?
they definitely
shortly after?
It's like I have to go back and fact check on that, but it's new.
Yeah,
To your point,
It's new.
It's new.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
I give it.
So I'm
What would
excited,
you rate
man.
it? What would you rate it?
The game,
Just all of it.
the first
just
game,
Now that you're completely
the
in.
first, the game, story wise, action wise, excitement, suspense, all of it. It's a 10 for me. Like personally, like it's literally, I would say it probably the best game I've ever played. Like, because of the story, because the story is so good and visually it's good, and the music, like there's so many aspects of it that's just, you're just like, damn, dude, this is a phenomenal game. They did such a good job, and it's crazy to think like that no one has like tried to capture that. Like no one's tried to mimic this and create their own game, but like this way. Like just how they did this game was just
So the
crazy.
video game,
it's phenomenal. Yeah, it's a perfect game.
The
really
Last of
is.
Us Part 1 game, I stand by this. Easily
Perfect
the best, like perfect narrative experience I've ever experienced, ever.
Yeah.
I would give The Last of Us 10 clicker heads out of 10.
Absolutely.
For the show, now to rate the show.
The show, realistically, I would say 8 for me, maybe.
The show, I would give
8 or 9 at the most. Personally,
I would give the show 8 giraffe heads out of 10.
8 giraffes, yeah.
Yeah. Put little giraffe heads.
I agree.
That's what I would do. A strong 8.
It's good.
There were a few
8.
episodes that I was kind of like,
yeah, they veered off and tried to add some characters and change some things a little bit more. Like they made things a little weird, but it was still fine. Like the episode still worked out, but it was just like it was kind of confusing. It was confusing for me because I was playing the game, so like I was already a little bit ahead in the game, and I'm like, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, this didn't, there was like a few episodes where they did that, where I was like, that's not how that was. That's not how this character was. This character wasn't even in the game. Like there was a few of those. I think what I really liked about the show also is how they incorporated the actual voice actors into the show.
I agree completely.
Dude,
like
the
fact that they had
Marlene. Marlene played herself. Played her character. Yeah. So the lady who played Marlene's voice in the game was actually
and she
Marlene
did such
in
a
the
good
show.
job, man. She did
cool.
such a good job. She's a great actor.
The voice of Joel, he's in the game.
No spoilers. But
Or
he's
in the
game.
show. Sorry.
Yep, he's in the game.
He's in the show.
Or he's in the show.
Yeah. Ellie, the voice of Ellie from the game, she's in the show.
The voice of Tommy, did you catch that? He's in
voice
there.
of Tommy, he's in there.
And he was a great character. We won't spoil it, but his character I liked a lot.
Yeah, he was good.
Cool. Yeah,
dude, it's so cool how they were put them in, and it's funny because they even asked him, "Oh, were you upset that you didn't get cast as, Joel or as?" And they're like, "No, like, I would have been cool just being a clicker. Like, yeah, like I would have been fine. Like, which is so like humbling, and it makes makes the game even better, and you appreciate the talents behind the voices even more because of how humble they are about the whole thing. They're not like, well, I'm not being in it unless I'm this, like they're like, no, I'd be happy to be whatever you want me to be in this. Like,
and let's not forget the biggest one. Like you didn't even mention the voice actress for Ellie.
I did.
Did you?
I said she was in the show. Yeah. I said, yeah, I did. Well, that's what's crazy, and she was the same thing. Like, yeah,
she was
like,
the best one,
dude. She did a phenomenal job.
Oh my goodness, we won't spoil it.
Like, go watch the show, The Last of Us, the show. Go watch it. Play the game. Please. I'm telling you, phenomenal. But yeah, I think maybe that's.
I think that's probably it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we may have to, because otherwise, if we talk about anything else, just we're going far with it. Like
off the rails.
You already know.
Okay, so this was good.
Yes. Hope you like the new setup. Milo changed it up. I also changed up. I moved rooms, so I have an entirely different room now.
I got
so
my
yeah.
my Kylo Ren
it's nice.
lightsaber in the back.
Mhm.
Thank you for following the Ready Player Live podcast.
You need a teacher.
More.
Kylo Ren. Yeah, more.
Thank you for following the Ready Player Live podcast, also known as your favorite show about games. And apparently, renowned Celtic singer, Celtic singer,
Enya.
I
got it right.
If you listen to the episode,
Enya. I'll show you an Anya. It's Enya.
if you liked what you heard, please give us a brutally honest rating. You know what? Go to you know what? We can take it.
Like or dislike.
Let us know.
Please. Yeah.
You know, let us know if you want us to focus more on gains. We'll focus on the gains. If you want us to focus more on the games, we'll focus on the games. If you like the true crime stuff, we'll bring it back.
Which we've.
I got a few cases I've been kind of sitting on.
We may possibly bring in a consultant, a true crime consultant, and
that's true. We know a very nice
have her do a
lady
whole bit.
who actually like knows the facts.
It's quality, yeah.
She actually
better, much better than what we're doing when it comes to the true crime world.
Stay tuned.
Maybe.
We'll see. We may very well have our very first what would you call
guest,
technically
feature
who actually really really likes the true crime stuff, and they're like,
so
maybe
it's possible.
I think it'd be good for we'll pin.
Yeah, I think it would be cool.
Ask Ready Player Lift if you have any questions for us. We haven't done that in a while.
It's been a minute.
If you have any questions for
whatever
us,
you like, whatever you dislike,
DM us, message us, email us. ReadyPlayerLift.com. You know where to find us.
Yep,
thank you
us a message on there.
Thank you for checking us out. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything that you do to help build us as a pod and help us grow. We do it for you. We there's other things going on in the world, but we take the time to really bring you something that you can enjoy. So if you're continuing to enjoy this, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. That's it.
We out.
We out.
We out.
We out.
Bye.